Cassie's self-titled debut album, released in 2006, was a project that brought a fresh, minimalist sound to the R&B and pop scene. With its hypnotic production from Ryan Leslie and her signature laid-back vocal style, this album launched Cassie into the spotlight. However, after a strange video surfaced online and a concerning live performance, many would question whether Cassie had the talent as an entertainer, or was she just a one-hit wonder. In this video, we'll explore Cassie's journey and how the album has become a cult favorite for many of her fans. If you enjoy hearing stories about eras gone by, hit the subscribe button to be notified when I next upload. Now, back to the video.
Me and you, it's just me and you.
Cassandra Ventura, better known as Cassie, had a passion for performing arts from a young age and began modeling at just 14. Her mixed heritage and striking looks quickly caught attention in the modeling industry. After high school, Cassie moved to New York City to pursue her career in modeling and also explore other creative opportunities, including music. Her move to New York was pivotal, as it led to her meeting key figures in the music industry, including music producer Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie met Cassie through a mutual friend at a party in 2004 after being introduced as a potential singer. The pair agreed to meet at a studio where they crafted their first song together called Kiss Me.
I remember when I first ran into her, everyone talked about the Marquee story. I'm gonna tell you all the story before we hit Marquee. There were a bunch of just gorgeous, drop-dead gorgeous girls celebrating a birthday party. And I just saw that flock of girls, and there was a young lady who knew every lyric to every major rap record.
Actually, when I first heard about Ryan Leslie, it was through a makeup artist that I had worked with. And she was like, I know this really great producer. He is, from what I've heard, he's really fun to work with. He's super talented, and I think you would get along with him great.
Diddy's makeup artist, a young lady by the name of Mila, who had told me about this young woman who had a beautiful texture to her voice that just needed to be developed.
When I got to New York in October, I met Ryan at a party. I was actually picking up a check from a friend. He actually turned out to be a really great guy. He called me weeks after I gave my number to him.
She was a little reluctant to let me know that she had a voice for real.
I wasn't gonna come out and be like, oh, I'm a singer, can we record a song?
It wasn't until her mother coaxed us into cutting a record.
She was like, look, you should just really ask him. Do this favor for me, for my birthday, record me a song. And I was like, you have to pay producers. I was like, I don't have any money. I went in to pick up the song so I could send it to my mother. And I walked in and Tommy Mottola saw me. He was like, who's that? And I noticed that everybody was looking at me like, like who's this random girl in the office? All of a sudden I heard the song in the office.
After the meeting with Tommy Mottola, Cassie was signed to Ryan's production company, Next Selection, and the pair began working on music. During the early recording sessions, Ryan and Cassie would continue to write and produce songs. One of the early songs recorded was called Me and You. Cassie ended up traveling to Germany with Ryan and was convinced to perform the song live on stage.
You got someone on deck, BB? You got someone coming out here?
I want you to introduce her.
Introduce her.
You introduce her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my girl, Cassie. Show us some love. Let's keep giving you the floor.
After the performance, the track started gaining traction online, even before its official release. The performance marked the beginning of the song's viral rise, driven by the power of the internet and early social media platforms like Myspace. At the time, Myspace was becoming a major platform for artists to share their music, and Cassie's team leveraged this by promoting the track heavily online. The song's sleek, minimalist production and Cassie's breathy vocal style resonated with audiences, especially in the emerging digital music space. Fans began sharing the song on their profiles, and it quickly spread through Myspace's music community. The catchy hook and futuristic production made the song stand out from other tracks on the platform, turning it into an underground sensation before it hit mainstream radio. As Me and You gained traction online, major record labels quickly took notice. The song's viral success on Myspace and its growing popularity from Cassie's live performances created a buzz that couldn't be ignored. At the time, the music industry was beginning to realize the potential of online platforms like Myspace as a way to discover and promote new talent. Cassie, with her unique sound and rising online following, became a prime target for labels. Bad Boy Records showed significant interest in Cassie. Diddy was known for scouting rising talent, and he recognized the potential behind her smooth, minimalist R&B style. Cassie's connection with Ryan Leslie also played a crucial role, as Leslie's production company Next Selection had already signed her, and their collaboration was key to her sound. Diddy eventually signed her to a joint deal between Bad Boy Records, Next Selection, and Atlantic Records. The major label backing further amplified her visibility, giving her access to a wider audience through radio play, music videos, and promotion. The viral rise of her song paved the way for Cassie's self-titled debut album, and her partnership with Bad Boy helped solidify her status as a breakout star. The debut single was officially released in 2006 and became a breakout hit, defining her career early on. The track featured a minimalist, electronic R&B sound that was fresh and distinctive for its time. With an almost mesmerizing beat, sparse instrumentation, and Cassie's smooth, understated vocals, Me and You stood out from the more heavily produced pop and R&B songs of the mid-2000s. The song's lyrical content centers around a confident, almost seductive conversation about intimacy, which resonated with a younger audience. Its subtle and suggestive nature, combined with its catchy hook, gave it an appeal that crossed over from R&B into pop charts. The music video is as iconic as the song itself, known for its minimalist yet captivating aesthetic. Directed by Eric White, the video was released in 2006 and helped solidify Cassie's image as a cool, effortless artist with a unique style. The video, which drew heavy comparisons to Janet Jackson's The Pleasure Principle, is set primarily in a dance studio. The video focuses on Cassie performing a solo dance routine in front of a mirror, wearing casual, form-fitting clothing. The simplicity of the setting highlights Cassie's natural beauty, confidence, and smooth movements. The mirror imagery plays with themes of self-reflection and intimacy, subtly aligning with the song's lyrical content, which explores the anticipation of a romantic encounter. The visual's understated style complemented the minimalist production of the song. There were no flashy special effects or elaborate storylines, just Cassie in an empty room, connecting with the viewer through her performance. This minimalist approach helped the video stand out, making it memorable and giving it a raw, unpolished feel that matched the hypnotic and intimate tone of the track. As the song was initially uploaded to Myspace and gained widespread popularity through online shares, its viral success led to heavy radio play and helped it peak at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song dominated clubs and radio stations, which was further boosted by the music video. While its initial rise to fame began in the US, the song quickly crossed borders and resonated with audiences worldwide, especially in countries across Europe. In the UK, the song reached number 6 on the UK singles chart. It also performed well in other markets, reaching the top 10 in countries like Ireland and New Zealand, and charting in the top 20 in Australia, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. The song's appeal was universal, with its relatable lyrics that allowed it to transcend language barriers. The popularity of the music video also contributed to its international reach, as fans worldwide were drawn to Cassie's unique image and minimalist aesthetic. Shortly after the single became a massive hit, an unofficial video surfaced online that same year, causing a stir and generating controversy. This unofficial version featured Cassie performing a provocative dance routine in a private setting. The video was much more intimate and suggestive than the official one, which had taken a more minimalist, artistic approach. Some fans remember this as the video that was released before Cassie was signed to Bad Boy, which was available on her Myspace page. However, it's possible that the leaked video appeared to have been filmed for private use, possibly as a reference or rehearsal for the official music video. In it, Cassie was seen dancing in a way that many viewers considered much more suggestive than what they had seen in the polished official release. It quickly circulated online, gaining attention and sparking rumors, leading to widespread discussions about its nature and how it came to be leaked. Cassie addressed the leak directly, clarifying that the video was never meant for public consumption and expressed her discomfort with its release. In interviews, she explained that the footage was part of a private, behind-the-scenes moment and wasn't representative of her artistic vision for the song. The incident highlighted the darker side of early internet fame, where artists' personal and professional lives could easily be blurred due to online leaks and privacy breaches. Despite the controversy, the leaked video at the time did little to diminish the success of Me and You or Cassie's career. In fact, it arguably added to the public's fascination with her, drawing even more attention to her debut single and fueling its continued success on the charts. In 2024, the impact of the Unofficial video has gained renewed attention due to the allegations she has made against Sean Diddy Combs. Cassie has recently accused Diddy of years of manipulation and control during their relationship, which began around the same time she rose to fame under Bad Boy. These allegations have caused people to revisit aspects of Cassie's early career, including the leaked video, through a different lens. The conversation surrounding the video is no longer just about the leak itself, but rather about how it fits into the larger narrative of the music industry's exploitation of young women, particularly in their relationships with powerful men in the industry. Fans and advocates are using this moment to highlight broader issues of privacy and the mistreatment of artists, giving the video new meaning as part of Cassie's journey toward reclaiming her voice and independence. As part of the promotional campaign for the single, Cassie started doing press runs and live performances of her viral hit. However, her performance ability would be called into question after a live performance raised concerns among fans and critics due to its perceived lack of energy and vocal control. Expectations were high following the song's viral success and growing popularity. However, the live rendition left many viewers disappointed.
You've been waiting so long, I'm here to answer your call.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I know that I shouldn't have had you waiting at all. Never had you waiting at all. I've been so busy, they've been talking about the way I do what I do.
During the performance, Cassie struggled to stay on pitch and her vocals sounded strained at times. The minimalist production of the track, which worked well in the studio, seemed to expose her lack of experience as a live performer. She also appeared nervous and unsure of herself on stage, with stiff choreography and low energy that did not match the confidence displayed in the song's music video. Fans quickly took to social media to express their concerns, criticizing the performance and questioning her abilities as a live singer. Some attributed it to her inexperience, as Cassie was relatively new to the industry and had minimal live performance experience at the time. Others speculated that the demands of sudden fame and pressure from her label may have contributed to the shaky performance. In response to the backlash, Cassie addressed the situation publicly, acknowledging that the performance wasn't her best and attributing it to nerves. She admitted that she was still developing as an artist and needed more time to hone her live performance skills. Despite the criticism, the performance did little to slow the success of the song, but it did highlight some of the challenges Cassie faced in transitioning from a viral sensation to a fully developed live performer. Over time, she continued to grow as an artist, but the BT performance became a memorable moment that underscored how sudden fame can expose the difficulties new artists face in the high-pressure live environment. 4 months after Me and You, Cassie's second single, Long Way to Go, was released. Produced once again by Ryan Leslie, the The track continued the minimalist R&B sound, but with a slightly more up-tempo and assertive vibe compared to her debut. The song features a distinctive electronic synth melody and a catchy bass line, with Cassie delivering laid-back, confident vocals. Lyrically, the single was a departure from the seductive, intimate tone of Me and You. Instead, it focused on empowerment, with Cassie telling someone trying to win her over that they still had a lot to prove. The song's themes of independence and self-assurance helped expand her image beyond just a sultry R&B singer, showing that she could explore other aspects of relationships. While it didn't reach the same heights as her first single, the track still performed well, particularly internationally. In the US, it peaked modestly on the Hot 100, but gained more traction in the UK and Europe, where it entered the top 20 in several countries including the UK, Ireland, and New Zealand. Cassie's self-titled debut album was also released in August 2006, with all 11 tracks on the standard edition being produced or co-produced by Ryan Leslie. The album continues its theme of its minimalist, electro R&B sound, a distinctive departure from the more lush and traditional R&B production of the mid-2000s. This sonic approach gave Cassie a more experimental, laid-back vibe, blending smooth vocals with sparse, hypnotic beats. The album's overall sound is defined by its simplicity and subtlety, with many of the tracks featuring stripped-back instrumentals, crisp percussion, and electronic elements that emphasized Cassie's airy, breathy vocals. This minimalist production created a unique space for Cassie, setting her apart from the more vocally powerful and heavily produced R&B acts of the time. The album largely centers around themes of love, attraction, and independence, with Cassie often delivering confident yet understated vocal performances. Tracks such as Kiss Me, Just One Night, and Not With You continue the album's focus on relationships. While the album's production leaned heavily on electro R&B, there were also hints of pop influences, particularly in its catchy hooks and straightforward songwriting. This blend of minimalist R&B and pop sensibilities helped Cassie appeal to a wide audience, especially in the digital space. Critically, the album received mixed to positive reviews. Many reviewers praised the album's innovative production and Cassie's fresh, effortless approach to R&B. Her minimalist sound was considered ahead of its time in some respects, with some critics noting how it stood out in an era when R&B was dominated by more traditional, soul-influenced sounds. However, some critics felt that the album lacked depth and cohesion. Cassie's vocals, while distinctive, were often critiqued for being too soft and lacking range or power. There was also a sense that the album's minimalist production, while stylish, sometimes felt repetitive or left certain tracks feeling underdeveloped. Publications like Pitchfork appreciated the album's futuristic feel, but noted its limitations in terms of vocal performance and lyrical depth. Commercially, the album experienced moderate success, thanks to the massive popularity of its lead single. The album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart, whilst also peaking at number 2 on the R&B and hip-hop chart. The album also performed well internationally, particularly in the UK, parts of Europe and Japan. The commercial success was largely driven by the digital and viral success of her singles, being a major factor in pushing album sales. Long Way to Go also contributed to the album's global appeal, especially in Europe where it charted higher than in the US, making Cassie an international name. Though the album wasn't a massive commercial or critical hit, it has since gained a cult following. Its minimalist electronic R&B sound is often seen as a precursor to the more experimental R&B styles that would emerge in the late 2000s. Artists like Solange, The Weeknd, and Jhené Aiko, who embraced stripped-down production and atmospheric vibes in their work, owe a degree of influence to the sonic groundwork laid by Cassie's debut. Cassie had plans for a follow-up album to be released, however it faced numerous delays and complications. Conscious that her fans were waiting a while for another project, Cassie decided to take control of her music and release her first mixtape, Rockabye Baby. It would be this mixtape that would prove to everyone that she was no one-hit wonder.